Bloodline Sports. Anything and everything sports talk between family. After all, it's all relative. Here we are as the NFL season has begun. Not literally, but they have, because free agency frenzy has started. And so far, a lot of teams have made some moves. A lot of teams are still working deals. But one team has stood pat. That team is my boys. But you know what? We're used to it, because when we hear Jerry go, we're going to be all in, we know, as Cowboy fans, he ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing nothing. So today, we're going to start discussing what's been going on in free agency. I am the Juice, and as always, next to me is my partner. What are you doing?
I was just playing around with my football. Why?
We got a show to do, bro. Did you forget about our show today?
We had a show today?
Yes, we have a show. Let's go. Now he says the DOS man. He was late. So,
Sorry.
Well, I mean, what were you doing?
I don't know. I was just playing that music to be excited. I don't know. I was just feeling good today, but I forgot we had a show to do.
Oh, man, I tell you.
My bad.
Well, yeah, and next time you need to be a little bit ready, because we don't have time to be doing these things. We need to be ready and going, because our fans out there who are watching us on YouTube, by the way, hit that like and subscribe button, are waiting for us to do our thing, man. So
Yeah.
I've been talking about, and I was already getting ready to go and get into what we call the free agency frenzy that the NFL that's going on.
Oh, yeah.
So let's go ahead and do it. All right. So have you been keeping up with the free agency?
Yes, I have, actually.
Wow. Been a lot of moves everywhere.
Oh,
a lot of teams have made some moves. A lot of teams are standing pat, like I was saying before you were here. My Cowboys have done nothing. Zero, nada, zilch. Because we're all in. No, we're not, Jerry. No, we're not. So, all right, so we've had some moves. Everybody's moving around.
Major moves.
I know that last night, our good friend from down in the coastal bend of Texas, one Garris Reynard, was texting us about how happy he was because his Eagles signed this guy right here, Saquon Barkley.
Oh, yes, the injury-prone running back.
The injury-prone running back. He was happy about that.
He was really happy about that?
Yeah. He was like, oh, man, we got Saquon Barkley, yay. I like, yeah. Well,
if anything, that's going to make them worse.
I don't know.
I think that's a waste. But so, like, even though he has been good in the past, he just gets injured too much, and it gets to be a problem. It's gotten to be a problem for the Giants.
Yeah.
So
well, yeah, and that's true. I mean, he was good in the first couple of years when he came in. Then he started having some injuries. He was a little better last year, but off he goes from the Giants to the Eagles. He is an Eagle now. Cry, Eagle, Cry is their fight song down in the coastal bend of Texas. Garris Reynard happy about Saquon Barkley being an Eagle. So, now the other thing that just happened earlier today, breaking news out of Baltimore, King Henry is going to Baltimore. Derrick Henry is going to sign a 2-year contract with the Baltimore Ravens worth around $8 million per year. So one guy who has a show on a certain sports network, I'm not going to mention which one that is, but he's a blonde-headed guy who also does commentary, what we call lucha libre wrestling, was talking about how now the Baltimore Ravens having Lamar Jackson and King Henry on the same team is like you own a Madden NFL team.
Oh, yes. It's just like you're playing franchise mode.
You have Lamar Jackson, and now he's got King Henry in the back.
Yep.
So,
Baltimore is looking pretty good again this upcoming season.
Yeah, and I said Baltimore, I'm not going to say it's my second favorite team, but it's a team that I like in the AFC. So when the Cowboys are out, I try to usually watch what the Ravens do. And so that is a good move for them. So we'll see what happens. Other news, and not so much news because the guy was not really ever good, but
No.
out of New England,
Mac Jones
gets traded.
to the Jaguars in return for a 6th-round pick.
6th-round pick. The Jaguars are giving up a 6th-round pick to New England for mac and cheese Mac Jones.
What? Mac and cheese?
I just came up with that. So
That's how he's been playing his whole career, like
Yeah.
mac and cheese. But
yeah.
it's sad how far down he's fallen. It's crazy to think that at one point, people were calling him the next coming of Tom Brady.
Yeah.
It's insane. He was never that good.
No.
He just had that one good season, and even then the Patriots got dismantled by the Bills in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
just sad.
Yeah. Well, Mac Jones is on his way over to the Jaguars.
Yep, to back up Trevor Lawrence.
To back up Trevor Lawrence. And another guy that was going to get cut, but at the end ended up getting traded, and he's moving on up, I guess, per se, is the song. We're moving on up, but I don't know if he's moving up because he's going from the Bengals over to the Texans, and that is one Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon. Let me just ask one thing, though. What are the Bengals doing? I'm like, first they've gotten rid of T. Higgins. Now they're getting rid of Joe Mixon?
Did they get rid of T. Higgins? I thought he was just asking for a trade. Did they finally get rid of him?
I think they did, but there was a lot of talk about him leaving.
Yeah.
But either way, what are the Bengals doing?
I don't know. I mean, I guess they're dumping and reloading. I mean, they got a really young quarterback who can take them to the Super Bowl. They've already been to the Super Bowl. They're not the Cowboys, where Dak Prescott has been there for 8 years or whatever long it's been, and he's never made it. So I guess the Bengals are like, you know what? We still have a young quarterback. Let's unload a little bit, and we'll reload. So Joe Mixon gone to the Texans.
And they also have a young wide receiver, so they have a young QB and wide receiver duo. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I just find it weird that they're just randomly getting rid of these players that have been good the last few years.
Yeah, that's true. And then another team that's unloading, and it's unloading a lot of people, but the two main ones that they have unloaded is Denver. They unloaded Russell Wilson.
Yep.
And who is going over to the Steelers. I don't understand that move. I don't know. I mean, knowing the Steelers and what they're about, they're a heavy run team.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Russell thinks, maybe with us running the ball more in Stephenville, the focus won't be so much on me. So it'll be easier for him. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that move. I'm not. That's not a move that I'm like, oh wow, man, he's going to the Steelers.
It wouldn't have been like that no matter the team he went to, because I'm like he's all right at this point. So
yeah.
But honestly, whenever you said Denver for a second, I actually thought you were talking about the Buffalo Bills because they unloaded a bunch of their defense.
Yeah,
earlier.
they did. Yeah, they did.
So, but
I believe Tre'Davious White was one of them that left.
yes. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
but
we'll have to.
they unloaded like half their team.
Yeah, and I've got my page loaded up here, where I'm going to look and see what they've done. But let's go here. The Buffalo Bills. Yeah. So this is just their signing. So I don't know who they lost, but they did sign Mitchell Trubisky. Woohoo! All right, you got another backup quarterback for Josh Allen. So, and then also in Denver, moving out is one Jerry Jeudy.
Wow.
Yep, Jerry Jeudy got traded. I don't know who he got traded
to. The Browns.
To the Browns. All right, so he's going to the Browns. He's gonna line up on the other side of Amari Cooper.
Wow, that's gonna be.
I mean,
interesting.
that could be a good combo there.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson have another weapon to throw to.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that.
If they do start Deshaun Watson, is Joe Flacco gonna retire this season?
I don't think he's coming back.
Has he already announced it yet?
No, he hasn't announced it yet, but I don't think he's coming back. Also in Cleveland, so they got Jerry Jeudy, and they also signed or re-signed Zadarius Smith. 2 years, $23.5 million. So they're keeping one of their core guys along with Michael Dunn, offensive guard. So Jerry Jeudy going to the Browns from the Broncos for a 5th and a 6th round pick.
Wow.
Yep. Another guy that moved. You like that?
What?
Kirk Cousins.
Oh.
Kirk Cousins going from the Vikings over to the Falcons.
Pretty
right?
Interesting. Yeah. He's going to the Falcons.
Yeah. I don't know how sexy that move is, but we'll see what happens when he gets over there. But I know that the Falcons also got him a wide receiver to throw to in Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney signed a 3-year, $39 million contract, 26 guaranteed. That's a lot of money guaranteed.
Yeah. Speaking of the Vikings, a player that they've gained is Aaron Jones.
Yeah, Aaron Jones leaving the Packers, who cut him, and now he's going to the Vikings.
Their arch rivals.
Woo woo. So, but there's a reason for that.
Why?
Because Aaron Jones went to the Vikings because the Packers unloaded him, and they went and got Josh Jacobs.
Yes, from the Raiders.
Yep. Josh Jacobs, I like him. I was hoping that the Cowboys would make a run at that guy. I was actually kind of hoping they would make a run at Aaron Jones too, but, we've been standing pat. So, anyways, what else we got? Who else has moved? Who you got on that side over there?
Brian Burns.
Brian Burns, yeah. Brian Burns got traded from the Panthers to the Giants.
Wow.
And they gave him a whopping $150 million contract.
$150 million?
$150 million contract from the Giants.
Is he good?
Oh, yeah, he's a good player.
Well, he's just on a bad team, so.
Yeah, he was just on a bad team, but he went to the Giants.
Oh.
And he got traded for a 2nd and a 5th round pick, and they signed him to a 5-year deal worth $150 million with $76 million of that fully guaranteed.
Wow.
That's a lot of money, my friend.
Yeah. Ooh, I just remembered another one. Tony Pollard leaving Dallas.
Yeah. He went to the Titans, replacing King Henry.
That's
so
interesting.
Tony Pollard gone. He was talking about maybe cutting the Cowboys a hometown discount. That didn't happen. He ended up going to the Titans. But hey, wait a minute. I forgot the Cowboys did sign somebody.
They did?
Yes.
Who did
Exciting. They signed long snapper Trent Sieg. They re-signed him. Yes. Way to go, Jerry. I'm telling you, man.
Long snapper.
Yes, a long snapper. So we've made one.
That's gonna help. That's definitely gonna help them get back to the NFC Championship game.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, I can't really be talking though because the Rams have not done much anything either this offseason.
Yeah.
I don't even think we haven't even signed. I think we signed one guy who's a cornerback or re-signed someone. So I don't know. I guess we'll just have to look forward to the draft then.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that. Well, no, Jerry always likes to wait towards the tail end of free agency. He does. We're going to get some bargains. We're not going to pay that much. We're getting some. This is a great player that we got on a bargain, and the people will eat it up. They'll drink his Kool-Aid, and they'll sell out this thing right here, the Death Star.
The Death Star,
and then we'll be back all over again. Mediocre team on the field. The fans will eat it up. And Jerry will be happy because he's getting paid. So, I was trying to see who else is on that side. Who else you got over there? What teams do you have?
That's pretty much. Oh, someone from the Bucks.
Shaquille Barrett.
Yeah.
Shaq Barrett going to the Miami Dolphins. Another team that's been making a lot of moves.
Oh, I was
has
thinking,
been loading up.
I was thinking of them re-signing one of the players. I did not know that.
Yeah, so far, the Miami Dolphins re-signed Robert Jones, offensive lineman. They went and got Jonnu Smith, tight end, on a 2-year, $10 million contract. They also went and got Aaron Brewer from the Titans, center, 3-year, $21 million. They got Shaq Barrett. And then they signed Jordan Brooks on a 3-year, $30 million contract. They also got Anthony Walker on a 1-year contract. And Jordan Poyer.
Wow.
1 year.
Jordan Poyer. So they've been loading up. They've been making some moves. Let's see. What else has been going on? Let me just run through this right here. So we talked a little bit about the Bills. We also talked a little bit about the Dolphins just now. The Patriots signed Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett going back to the Patriots. Yep. They've made some re-signings. They also re-signed Hunter Henry back. Not a lot of things that they've been doing. Not a lot of big names. Sion Takitaki.
What?
Signed with them 2-year, $6.5 million. And then the Jets shoring up their quarterback, man. Just in case Mr. Aaron Jones gets hurt again.
Aaron Jones?
Yeah. I mean, Aaron Rodgers. There it is. There's the folly. They went out and got Tyrod Taylor from the Giants on a 2-year deal worth $18 million. Wow. How is this guy worth $18 million? I have no idea.
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't even know how long he's been in the league for at this point. All I know is that he's just been with a whole lot of teams.
Yep. Hey, they re-signed Greg the Leg Zuerlein.
Wow.
2 years, $8.4 million. We talked about the Ravens signing King Henry. They also got Nelson Aguilar. And they re-signed a very important guy on their defensive line, Justin Madubuike.
Wow. Oh, so they're not getting rid of T. Higgins.
They
franchise tagged him.
No, we're talking about they did. Oh, they franchise tagged. Oh yeah, that's right. They did franchise tag T. Higgins.
What does that even mean?
That means that that just gives them an opportunity to keep negotiating with him. He can't leave. They'll try to negotiate a new contract with him, but if he doesn't come to terms on a new contract, they will have to pay him a whopping $21.8 million for this season.
Wow.
That's a lot of schmackles. So, Justin Madubuike, 4-year, $98 million contract that includes $75.5 guaranteed. Not a lot going on with the Bengals. The Browns, we talked a little bit about. Pittsburgh
the Steelers signed Patrick Queen from the Ravens, I think, right?
Yeah, Patrick Queen went there on a 3-year, $41 million contract, so they shored up their linebacker position. Good linebacker from the Ravens. The Houston Texans have been busy as well. We talked about Joe Mixon getting traded there.
They re-signed Dalton Schultz.
Who came out and said that the Dallas Cowboys at the start was a zoo. Okay.
Yeah.
So
what is that? Why? What does that do?
I don't know what he accomplished with that, but whatever. Let's see what else. Aziz Al-Shair, who played for DeMeco Ryans before, has signed a 3-year, $34 million contract with the Texans.
Wow.
They signed Jeff Okuda, 1 year, $425, cornerback, and they re-signed Kaimi Fairbairn, their kicker. And then the Colts had their eyes set on Michael Pittman re-signing him, and they agreed on a 3-year, $70 million contract. Let's just try to do the most notable signings here. We talked about the Jaguars.
The Jaguars kept their Josh Allen.
Yes, they did. Josh Allen on a franchise tag that will pay him $24 million. 1 season. The Tennessee Titans, we talked about signing Tony Pollard. And then we got another Cowboy who left the Cowboys and went to the Bengals, and now he is a Titan, Chidobe Awuzie.
Wow.
3-year, $36 million contract. Over in the West, the Broncos, we talked about, they've been unloading. Not a lot there. Will Lutz resigned. Not too much going on.
The Chiefs done.
The Chiefs went out and signed Irv Smith on a 1-year deal. But their biggest signing, man, and is a guy that wanted back badly, and they got him, Chris Jones.
Yes, good player. Very good player.
5 years, $158.75 million.
5 years?
So almost $159 million with 101, my friend, million guaranteed.
Wow. Uh-oh. Gardner Minshew's career is going to die. Not good.
So the Raiders have signed Gardner Minshew, 2 years, $25 million. Amir Abdullah re-signed with them. Not much else going on.
Oh, Austin Eckler left the Chargers.
Yes, he did. Where did he go? The Commanders, and we'll talk about them here in a minute. But yeah, Austin Eckler left and bailed, and he went over to the Commanders. But the Chargers signed Gus Edwards, who is okay running back, 2 years, $6.5 million. Not much after that. We talked about the big signing that the Cowboys made. Long snapper Trent Sieg. Woo! New York Giants.
Drew Lock.
Went and got Drew Lock. 1 year, $5 million. I think that's $5 million too much. But here's a guy that they went and picked up. No details on that, but this is the reason why the Texans traded for Joe Mixon, is because their number one running back from last year, Devin Singletary, has now gone to the Giants.
Wow. And
then we talked about Brian Burns going there. The Eagles, we talked about Saquon Barkley going there. Re-signed Brandon Graham. They signed Bryce Huff on a 3-year, $51 million contract. That's pretty much it. But here is the Commanders.
All right, we got a lot here.
So the Commanders went and got, now remember, Dan Quinn left the Cowboys, and he's trying to make the Washington Cowmanders over there. But they signed Marcus Mariota, 1 year, $6 million contract. They went and got Austin Eckler, 2 years, 11.43. And then they signed Zach Ertz for whatever reason.
Wow.
I don't get it. So 1 year deal worth $5 million. They got Nick Allegretti, 3 years, $60 million, a good guard. And then here comes the Cowboys for the Commanders, or the Cowmanders. Center Tyler Bidash, 3 years, $30 million. And then they signed Dorrance Armstrong, 3 years, $45 million. And then they went and got Clinton Farrell, 1 year, $3.75. Frankie Louvu, 3 years, $36. Jeremy Chin, a good safety.
Wow.
Yeah. 1 year, $4.105.
Ooh, Brandon McManus.
Brandon McManus signed with them, and they also lined up. Hey, all right. Cowboys signed a long snapper, and the Cowmander said, let's sign a long snapper as well. Chicago Bears, DeAndre Swift left the Eagles. Now he is a Bear. 3 years, $24 million.
Back in the NFC North.
Yeah. Kevin Byard from the Eagles went inside. It was with the Eagles, and then I think he went to the Titans. And now he is with the Bears. 2 years, $50 million. Not much after that. The Detroit Lions have not really done a lot other than Marcus Davenport, 1 year deal. Michael Bagley re-signed with them, their kicker, and Graham Glasgow agreed to a 3 year, $20 million contract. We talked about Josh Jacobs going to the Packers. Not much really after that other than Xavier McKinney.
Sam Darnold is with the Vikings now. Apparently, he's Kirk Cousins' replacement.
Man, I'll tell you, they got a quarterback there.
Oh yeah.
That's a good replacement for Kirk Cousins. But going back to the Packers, Xavier McKinney, 4 years, $68 million. So Sam Darnold, Aaron Jones, who we talked about, David Quisenberry resigned with them, and Romo, man, Romo is in the NFL again with the Vikings.
What?
John Parker Romo, the kicker. Oh man!
I thought you were talking about Tony Romo. I was like, wait, what?
No, John Parker Romo is a kicker. He may be related to him. I don't know. Atlanta Falcons, we talked about them signing Kirk Cousins. 4 years, $180 million contract. It includes a $50 million signing bonus. He will receive $100 million guaranteed, though, including $90 million in 2024 and 25 and another 10 in 26.
What? Timeout. 4 years.
4 years for Kirk Cousins, yeah.
And $180 million.
Yep.
What?
Insane?
Yeah. Yes. Why?
I have no idea.
What are the Falcons doing? Falcons doing?
Well, I don't know, but we talked again. They went and got Darnell Mooney for him to throw to, 3 years, $39 million. The Panthers, who are unloading, went out and got Robert Hunt, offensive guard, 5 years, $100 million. They signed Damian Lewis, another guard, 4 years, $53 million. Not much else after that. The Saints have kind of been standing pat as well. They re-signed or agreed to a new two-year contract with Demario Davis, a good linebacker. They also agreed with another linebacker by the name of Willie Gay Jr. 1 year, $5 million, and they re-signed
Tyrann Mathieu.
Yep, the Honey Badger. And then the Buccaneers. Here we go, man. This guy was dead in the water in Cleveland. Went to L.A., played a little bit better. Went to the Buccaneers last year, played really good, and now he's getting paid. Baker Mayfield. 3 years, $100 million.
Wow. He absolutely revived his career.
Let's just hope now that he's got paid,
yeah,
he'll revert back.
And
hopefully not.
Mike Evans is staying with the Bucs again.
2 years, $52 million. They signed Lavonte David, re-signed him, a really good linebacker. Ooh. They also received, or they put the non-exclusive franchise tag on Antoine Winfield Jr.
This guy.
Yep. Well, yeah, that guy that we're using for Shaquille Barrett.
It's two people.
Yeah. So, Cardinals. Not much going on with the Cardinals.
No. I think they're just looking forward to the draft.
Yeah. Your Rams.
Alrighty.
Your Rams. They re-signed DeMarcus Robinson, man. 1 year deal, $5 million. They signed a 3 year, $22.5 million with Colby Parkinson, tight end. Kevin Dotson re-signed 3 years, $48 million. Jonah Jackson signed a 3 year, $51 million guard. And then the latest signing, Darius Williams. Signed a 3 year, $22.5 million contract. And then your favorite team in the West, the 49ers.
Do we really have to go over this team? Do we really have to even mention this team?
No, but yeah, I guess we have to.
Why?
I don't know.
I want to mention this.
Let's just go really quick. Brandon Allen resigned. Colton McKivitz signed a 1 year, $7 million.
Leonard Floyd,
ex-Ram, going there for 2 years, $20 million. Yader Gross-Matos, 2 years, $18 million. That's about it. That's it, man. That's all the teams and all the signings.
You missed the Seahawks.
I did?
You forgot the Seahawks, Dad.
I forgot the Seahawks.
How rude to forget the Seahawks.
Have they done anything? I don't think they've done. Oh, no, yeah, they're right there.
They didn't do much, but.
Yeah, well, yeah.
How rude, Dad. How rude.
It's the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Noah Fant re-signed 2 years, $21 million. And they re-signed, actually, a guy that's kind of decent still is a defensive end, Leonard Williams, 3 years, $64.5 million. So, thoughts on free agency so far? What team you think, in your mind, has made the biggest impact to make their team better?
It has been crazy. I mean, like, absolutely insane. I'm like, for biggest impact, if we're going by single player, then I'd have to probably give that to the Baltimore Ravens getting Derrick Henry. Yep. But if we're going for all around team, honestly, the team that's done the most is Washington. They've done a lot. I'm like, yeah, the guys, they're okay, but I mean, like,
yeah,
they've just done a lot to improve their team. And if they have a good draft, they could have a good season and maybe sneak their way into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, but I think biggest single player signing would have to go to the Ravens.
Yep, definitely the Ravens, and then
all around improvement would be Washington. So
they've gotten, they're starting. You know, like I said, they're becoming the Calmanders.
Yeah, we still have the draft too.
Yeah, we still have the draft. We'll see what happens. We're going to do, because one of your friends wanted us to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do a show and we're going to do a NFL mock draft. And so we'll go where I pick one team, you pick one team, and so forth. And we'll go. We'll do the first round. We can't do all 7 rounds. But we'll
what do you
that.
mean, like you pick one team and I pick one team?
Well, like if I was, I'll say, I'll let you go first. You're going to pick for the Bears on the number 1 pick and who you think they would pick. And then I would do number 2, you go number 3, and so forth.
Okay.
So that's what we'll do. So we'll do that for your friend. What is his name?
Colin.
Yeah, all right. So, Colin, be watching out for that show coming up probably in the next couple of weeks or so, maybe a little bit closer when we get a little closer
when
to
is the draft?
It's in April. Usually it's either the 2nd or 3rd week, but I don't know exactly what the day is. So,
all right, got to start looking out for the college guys then.
Yeah.
So
We'll see what happens. Got a heavy quarterback, good quarterback draft class this year. So we'll see what happens with. I expect Caleb Williams to go number 1.
Yep.
But we'll see what happens with that. And then back to free agency. I hope that my team does something. I know they're not all in to me. When Jerry says we're all in, that means we're all in with what we got. We'll see what the players that we got do, and we'll see what the coach that we got does. And that means all my chips are in on y'all. And if we fail, I'm clearing house. I think that's what Jerry's going to do.
Clearing the house.
Clearing the house, yeah.
So pretty much completely starting over.
I mean, if he doesn't resign Dak Prescott and they don't make it at least to the NFC Championship, I don't see Dak Prescott being back.
No, I don't know. It's looking pretty bad for the Cowboys right now.
Yeah, and then Mike McCarthy is on his last year of his contract.
Why did they even bring him back? Why?
I don't know.
They should have fired him.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because Jerry does not like to pay coaches to sit at home. That's all. He just lets them play their contracts out, so he doesn't have to pay them just to be sitting at home. And so Mike McCarthy's got 1 year to prove himself. You got to make at least the NFC Championship, otherwise you're not going to be back.
Yep, that's going to be very interesting.
Yep. I know Micah Parsons has been looking for some help, so we'll see what happens when what they do the rest of the free agency. But like I said, Jerry is a bargain guy. He'll try to get a big name, probably somebody that's a little bit over the hill, and he'll pay him a little bit of money. But the name will bring people to the stadium, and he'll be happy. I've got my dollars coming in. Yeah, I'm getting rich. But that's what he does every year. So your team has made some moves. Not a lot. I think they're probably going to reload in the draft. They got really good players last year. The running back, I don't remember what his name is.
The running back, Kyron Williams.
Kyron Williams, and then you had Puka Pikachu Puka, who was buying for Rookie of the Year. Hey, I'm just trying to make fun, man.
All right.
Trying to make the show interesting. So,
don't forget about Kobe Turner, their defensive tackle.
Yeah, Kobe Turner. Yeah. Really came on last year. So I think your team's going to be pretty good next year.
I feel like really the only things you have to worry about right now is our 3 older guys, our 3 older stars, Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald, and Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
But other than that, we're pretty set, hopefully.
I think so.
As long as injuries don't happen again, I think we're good to go back into the playoffs again this year.
Yeah. So there you have it, a little bit of the NFL free agency frenzy, fiasco, whatever you want to call it, depending on who your team is. So we talked a little bit about that. Today still got a few hours left to see if maybe somebody makes another big signing. As a matter of fact, you know what? Right before I came on, and I forgot to mention this, the Texans, another guy they went and got, Danielle Hunter from the Vikings. Really good defensive guy.
Wow.
I was hoping that the Cowboys would at least try to get this guy. Man, Jerry's just like, we'll just pass. But anyway, so he is going to the Texans. A little bit of light left in this day. We'll see what happens in the next few days in free agency. We'll see what happens, what all the teams do. And that is, so far this year, what they've done in free agency with the NFL season, per se, kicking off with free agency. So, all right, my friend. Well, that's all we got for today.
Crazy show.
We hope you enjoyed our show. Like we said, hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, I am the Juice. This is Bloodline Sports, where it's all relative.
You caught me off guard. It's all relative. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Alright, guys. The DOS Man here. Quick note while I'm editing, there's been a few more free agency moves that have happened as of the time of this recording after the episode. So, Calvin Ridley is going to be going from the Jaguars to the Titans, which is interesting. And Bobby Wagner is going to be going to the Commanders from the Seahawks, which I think is crazy because I really thought the Cowboys were going to sign him. But yeah, that's really it. Just wanted to make that update. So yeah, goodbye everyone.